Hello and welcome to another PowerMaths lesson. Today we're going to be looking at kilograms and using them for measuring the mass of things, but first let's do a flashback to get ourselves warmed up.
Okay, question 1. Which is heavier, the apple or the 3 blocks? And the answer is the 3 blocks. All of these questions, all you need to do is look at the balance and see which one is closer to the ground, meaning it's heavier. Question 2. How many minutes are in half an hour? And the answer is 30 minutes. There are 60 minutes in a full hour, so 30 minutes in half an hour. Question 3. Draw the arrow after a quarter turn clockwise. So that means in the same direction as the hands travel around the clock. And this is what the arrow would look like. You can imagine that this is a clock hand and that it's turning around a quarter of the way around the circle. And question 4, what is 1/4 of 16? The answer is 4. Let's have a look at today's PowerMaths lesson. Okay, here's today's Discover. We are thinking about measuring mass in kilograms today. So have a look what we've got going on here. We've got somebody selling some fruit and vegetables, and we've got Anya and Milo who were looking to buy some. And the shopkeeper is saying if it weighs more than a kilogram, you will need a stronger bag. So question 1 says Anya is buying a pineapple and Milo is buying an apple. A. Who will need a stronger bag? And B. What is the mass of the bananas? Now, it's very difficult to see in such a small picture here, so I've made some bits of it bigger for you. I've made the balance with the pineapple bigger, and I've made the bit with the bananas and the apples bigger as well. And it's a little bit blurry, but here we've got the symbol kg, and that means kilograms. And it's the same symbol there as at the start of these weighing scales here. They both start at 0 kilograms. So think about what is the scale counting up in, and remember that each scale starts at 0 kilograms. So have a go at those questions, click pause here and click play when you're ready to talk about the Walt and Wilfs and go through the answers. Okay, let's have a think about our Walt and Wilfs and go through these answers. Our Walt today to measure mass in kilograms, and our Wilfs to know that a kilogram is a lot heavier than a gram, and to know that kilogram units are shortened to kg. So let's think about those questions. We were told Anya is buying a pineapple, Milo is buying an apple, and our first part was who will need a stronger bag. So let's have a look up here. A kilogram is a heavier unit than grams for measuring mass. So just like we have centimeters, which are a unit for measuring, and we have meters, which are also a unit for measuring, but a meter is bigger, and in fact we also have kilometers, which are even bigger than meters. We have grams and we have kilograms, which are much bigger than grams. Now, we can't do this, unfortunately. We can't hold 1 kilogram in our hands, but if we did, we'd be able to feel how heavy it is. It's quite heavy. And what we needed to do for this question was work out how much each of these weighed. Now, we know from this balance here that a pineapple weighs more than a kilogram, so it needs a stronger bag. And the apples, well, if we look here at the weighing scales, our arrow hasn't quite made it to 1 kilogram. These are going up in 1 kilogram each time. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it's just before the 1. So it's less heavy than a kilogram. So Anya is going to be the one who needs the stronger bag because she's got the pineapple that's more than the kilogram. What about part B then? What's the mass of the bananas? Well, the scale that we had measures in kilograms, and that's what that kg by the 0 means. So we need to count round, see where the arrow is. 1, 2. The arrow is on 2 kilograms, so the mass of the bananas is 2 kilograms. Now Sparks is saying something quite interesting that's just useful to know. Up here Sparks says kilo is short for kilogram. So you might hear people say instead of kilogram, kilo. And down here when we've got 2 kilograms, you might hear someone say 2 kilos. That means exactly the same as 2 kilograms. Let's think together then. So part 1 asks us to write the mass of each item in kilograms. So we've got 3 things here, the bag of oranges, the bag of potatoes, and the bag of apples. And from these balances here, you need to work out how many kilograms are in each. So click pause here and have a go. Right, let's have a think then. So this first one here, we can see it's balancing with 1 kilogram. So nice and easy, the oranges weigh 1 kilogram. Over here, we need to combine the weights. We've got a 2 kilogram, another one, and then a 1 kilogram. So altogether, that makes 5 kilograms. And lastly, we've got the box of apples, which weighs the same as 1 sack of potatoes plus 1 more kilogram. Well, we know that the sack of potatoes weighs 5 kilograms, so we just need to add 1 more, so the box of apples weighs 6 kilograms. Okay, part 2. This is a bit more tricky. Mr. Green has 3 crates. He has A, B, and C. This is how much A weighs. B is 5 times as heavy as crate A, and C is half as heavy as crate B. What is the mass of each crate? So you've got a number line down here to help you, and you need to fill in crate A, B, and C. And have a think as well, could you draw another representation to help you? So click pause and have a go at that. Let's have a think about this question then. So the first part is nice and easy. We need to see how much crate A weighs. And we can see here we've got 4 1 kilogram weights. So A is 4 kilograms. Now crate B is 5 times as heavy as crate A. How are we going to work out how much that is? Well, we could do this in our head, but sometimes it's helpful to draw a representation. So let's have a think about it. We know that crate A is 4 kilograms. So we can represent this in a similar way to a bar model. If B then is 5 times as heavy as crate A, that would be like this, 5 lots of 4 kilograms. 5 times 4 is 20. So crate B weighs 20 kilograms. And then crate C is half as heavy as crate B. So that makes 10 kilograms because half of 20 is 10. So now we know that crate B is 20 kilograms and crate C is 10 kilograms. So can you see how using a representation helps us to see that really easily? Even though we're not talking about length or size, we can compare the numbers, and the bigger bars show us that the crate weighs more. Okay, time for the challenge. Question 3 says, how many grams is the same mass as 1 kilogram? And to help us work this out, we can see here we've got one balance that's got a chocolate bar and 200 grams on the other side. And in the other balance, we've got 5 chocolate bars is the same as 1 kilogram. And Dexter here is giving us a clue and saying, I will work out how many 100 grams there are in 5 chocolate bars. And that will help him work out how many grams is the same as 1 kilogram. Have a think, what could you draw to help you as well? So have a go at the challenge, click pause and click play when you want to go through the answers. Let's have a think about these answers then. So I found it helpful to draw this out. I was drawing out what's going on in this balance. That 1 kilogram is the same as 5 chocolate bars. Here are my 5 chocolate bars here. And I know from the other balance that each chocolate bar is 200 grams. So to work out how many grams overall are in this 1 kilogram, I need to count up in 200s. 200, 400, 600, 800, 1000. So there are 1000 grams in all of the chocolate bars, and this is the same as 1 kilogram. So I've answered the question, there are 1000 grams in 1 kilogram. And this is something really helpful to remember. It shows you that 1 kilogram, it actually weighs quite a lot. It's much bigger than just 1 gram. In fact, it's 1000 grams altogether make up 1 kilogram. Okay, time for you to have a go in your practice book. Today you're working on page 96, and as usual there's an extension question afterwards. So click pause here, have a go, and join me for an extension question after. Well done for having a go in your practice book. Let's do that final question. So today, true or false, a bag of apples weighs 4 kilograms. So have a look. See what you've got on your scales, see what the scales is reading, have a think. Does a bag of apples weigh 4 kilograms? True or false? Click pause here, have a go. Ready with your answer? It is false. Now, the arrow is pointing to 4 kilograms, but that means that 2 bags, notice there are 2 bags on the scales, weighs 4 kilograms. So therefore, 1 bag weighs half as much, which is 2 kilograms. So you need to look at the picture really carefully and notice that there are 2 bags here, not just one. Okay, well done on all your hard work today. We'll finish there.
Well done on another PowerMaths lesson. I'll see you again for the last lesson of this week tomorrow.